everybody, G-Force41 here with another PGA Tour 2K25 golf course playthrough video. This is the Belmont National from ArchitexMaze. This is a casual preview. We are going back to casual previews. Look for this course to be featured on Casuals Golf Club somewhere over the week of April 20th. I didn't realize it was tee-ready. This could be the season finale big weekender. We got to give it a playthrough. I would not ever now say ArchitexMaze is going to be featured on Is It Casuals Worthy, because all his courses are casuals worthy. He is an amazing designer. This is hot off the presses from the amazing ArchitexMaze. And I am psyched that it's tee ready, tournament ready. So for those of you not familiar with casuals, we'll tell you all about it. But this is the Belmont National. Let's get moving. Awesome. Actually, so I've got Jack in Cyber Jack here in his closest to his 86 Masters attire that I can find. I've got the only Sansa pants I have in my repertoire, and that kind of 86 type shirt he's got going, because this video should come out Friday of Masters weekend, and this hole was very Augusta #1 like. Obviously, there's no water on Augusta 1, but those bunkers off to the right are very similar. You've got trees with some pine straw and beautiful, excuse me, water sculpting, amazing. He's made use of the textures and the surface weathering. He's just a master. So I've got, out of the heavy rough, I got a forced carry. I've got a decision to make. Let's see if I can get there. I don't know what's going to happen here. That is going to make it. Wonderful sculpting. Green is in the shade, so we talk a lot about on chip shots about newer designers in shade on the greens. See, you got a little bit of diffuse light coming through. As long as you can see the hole, I'm fine with it. Dense trees like palm trees don't work. If you do this, try to put the hole in the light. You can see the hole there. It's in a little bit of sunlight. I adjusted the settings from very fast. I brought it down to fast, so the greens are rolling faster than this for real. For Casuals Golf Club, we play fairly easy settings. We call it Casuals Friendly. Get in the hole. Oh, I thought that was in. So I brought these down. I also reduced the green firmness from very firm to firm. The winds are from the northeast. Are blowing to the northeast, medium. The back tees, hole location 1. Beautiful first hole, beautiful view. And look at the use of the cameras. Good job, Mr. AM. Nice and smooth. Too many of you are going too fast with the cameras and herky-jerky. Look at the tee markers. I mean, I didn't even take a moment to look around and just take this all in. So let's take a quick spin around. Now, I'm on PlayStation, so I've got to go into the instant replay to take a spin around the course, but let's do that now. All right, so check this out. So we're high above what I believe is going to be 18 coming home. There's the clubhouse. We just teed off of 1 right there. 2 is that pond where we're at right now, off in the distance. Look at this driving range. He's got a driving range going on. Just great stuff. Super tee ready, tense, great tournament atmosphere. I was not expecting that. So we've really struggled with Casuals Golf Club. Just so you know, Casuals Golf Club, we do 3 events a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the big weekender Friday through Sunday. That is we like to call it the world famous big weekender, because Casuals Golf Club has historically been one of the largest PlayStation franchises in the game's history, dating all the way back to TGC 1 back in 2015. All right, back at the tee. We've got an island green. This is so the first hole reminds me a little bit of Augusta. This hole reminds me a little bit of, you know what, Sawgrass, right? So like down 34 feet. That wind's cutting across. I'm just going to be safe here. Let's give it some spin. Just throw it out over that bunker, let the wind and my natural fade. Bring it back in. Don't want to play with that hole location too much. Beautiful greens. Look, they're rolling, but just so subtly, and those beads are very consistent. Two different breaks here, but very consistent. Almost. Hey, oh, where did that go? Where are you going? All right, this is chip in possibility. Just pulled it, chunked it a little. This putt is not really moving. There we go. Look at the job with the camera boxes and everything. Look at the cameras back there. I mean, this is about as Super T ready as you get. Holy cow. Look at the signboards off to the side. Number 3, par 5. There's a clock in there. 571, the yardage. Oh. Wow. This is so well done. And even the tents are a little different, right? They got some wood posts in there. And off to the side, you've got the third hole. Holy cow. The detail, amazing. All right, I gotta worry about the golf here. So we've got a first par 5. There you see the surface weathering, the little path up to the fairway. Got that just right. Nice. Look at the wall. So instead of using the wood around the water, which is he's used. Oh, that's interesting. That's the sod from the bunkering, from the pot bunkering. Oh, I thought it was a wall. He's used the sod. Interesting. So I'd assume you would put a pot bunker in here under the water, and it's going to come out like that. That's a great idea. The retaining walls are historically very difficult to use and manipulate. The wood retaining walls that kind of look like sawgrass. They're royal pain, and they take up a lot of meter if you use a lot of them. Look at this. Beautifully done. All his courses are amazing. The only challenge with ArchitexMaze is some of his courses are pretty damn tough. So we've not been able to use a couple of them because they're just too difficult. They're not what we would call casuals friendly. Too challenging. Look at this beautiful stream here. How did he get it so smooth? I've had a trouble with the water in this game. That might be the newer... I haven't tried the newer mechanics of laying the spline down. He's got a spline nice and even. That's really well done. He's figured it out. I can just tell by the water. I have not been able to do that. I've been using the old-fashioned water. Look at his bunkering. Now, talk about sculpting your bunkers beforehand. He's got a nice hill that's elevated, and he cut the bunker in the hill. Look, you can see it off the tee. That's what I'm talking about with you new designers, that you don't sculpt around the bunkers, especially beforehand. A lot of you newer designers just go in and put a shape in on the ground. And you won't be able to see it that way, right? It would just be blind and not sculpted into the terrain. Marshals all over the place. Pretty cool. And the fairway takes the natural slope in the land going down to the stream. Okay, that makes sense. This is what I talk about making your courses look natural. Right? That, as you expect, everything flows down to the stream, not the other way around. What an interesting shaped green. Nice and smooth around the bunkers, you can see. I'm going to run this up. Oh, there's a hill right here. So this is interesting. I'm going to hit this one straight because the slope's going to take it a little that way. That hill's going to help me. Oh no, I pulled it. Bunker bound. There we go. And you can see a little concavity of the bunkers. Fairly smooth, very smooth, not completely flat. A little bit of concavity, which is perfectly normal and natural. Gonna add some loft and some spin here. Should be about the right distance, but I pulled it. There we go. A little sand up and down. That was a fairly tough 4. AM has become one of the premier designers in this game. He has absolutely upped his game a notch or 10. He was terrific in the last game, and I discovered his courses at the end of PGA Tour 2K23. And in 25, we've been featuring him prominently. Look at it. Show off your work, everybody. See what what I tell you on quick tips. Now you can see the whole fairway there. Now there's a little bit of, blindness because the tee itself is a little bit back in this tee box. You can move the tee box up if you want a better view, but for all intents and purposes, that gives you a beautiful view of the fairway. All you need to see, you can see the bunkers, the fairway, the trouble on the right. Even got a little bit of hint of the clubhouse over there. What is that? I don't know what that is. We'll figure it out. And the whole hole ahead of you. You can see basically right down to the green through those trees. Okay, that's what I talk about. If you can show the whole hole on a downhill tee shot, that is magnificent work. You can't always. Depends on the shape of the hole, where it's going. But that is what I mean by show your work. That's terrific presentation of the hole. His planting is immaculate. Look at this. See, I didn't even take a look. I worry about talking too much. This is the right angle to come in at this whole location, that's for sure. Well-placed bunkers appropriately in the little nook and in front of the green, and they fit, right? We see all sorts of the newer designers and chip shots putting those bunkers in weird shapes and angles by the green. You don't need to do all that. Make it make sense. Just look at any course around you. Too much. Overswung, pulled it, closed. So you do in real life when you try to kill it a little. Oh God, this is going to be a tough little shot. Little flop. Oh no. Don't make a disaster of this. Oh! Look at this stance. Can you imagine this in real life? I have to come up with this. That's not bad though. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. It's not stopping. These greens are reasonable, meaning they're not super slopey, they're just gently sloping. You don't need giant tiers and big slopes on your greens, newer designers. Let's end the misery here. And he escapes with a double. Yikes. No, I don't want to replay that. I'd like to forget this hole, please. Thanks. Showing my double bogey 10-foot putt. Beautiful camera work. Beautiful water work. The next par 3, the 6th hole. Lovely, simple, roundish oval green. See, that's all you need, folks. And look, the shape makes sense. You've got a little bit of water there, the hill going down to the water, and a kind of straight edge on that side of the green heading down to the water, and the rest of it's round. It fits right in the terrain naturally. Don't overdo or overthink your courses, newer designers. And I absolutely left it open there. Everything was perfect except I left the club face open. And I'm going to do a little bit. See what I don't use the lob enough. I'm going to experiment a little. See if that rolls down. Trickle in there. Trickle in there. Hey, not bad. Putt is barely moving. So this is the kind of course you could crank up the difficulty if you wish. Now play, I think on the default settings will be much tougher with the very firm greens and the very fast greens. I don't know what speed they're rolling at. That could be difficult enough, but you could play this either way. The greens are reasonable. Look at this. You got to sneak one in there. I don't know if that's worth the risk, especially look at the hole location right there. I don't know that I want to hit a kind of halvesy wedge in there. So this is kind of smart design. I call these a goad you into it hole. Goad you hitting a driver, and then you hit that little, got a 67.5 yard shot in there. And in this game, those are tough, and it's tough to stop them. So I am not going to fall for it. I'm going back right here and try to hit a full iron in. I got the wind behind me. Just lay it up easy. And hit a full shot with spin in. There we go. 5 feet up, a little bit of that uphill slope. I'm going to add just a little nudge of spin. Get in there tight. Bounce and stick. Greens are still pretty firm. But that to me is a little simpler than one of those little in-between wedges. Get on in there. Dead center. There you go. All right, got to get some some more birds. Get back to under par. Oh, beautiful hole. Look at this. Another par 5, 598. What a gorgeous hole. Holy cow. All right, look, not only is the water beautiful, the lighting is perfect. This is a great example of the neutral lighting. If you look on the board, but before you start the game, you can see it was a noon setting for the sun. So the sunlight is diffuse, but the sun is high in the sky, and as the angle, the inclination of the sun is pretty high as well. When you're going to use this overcast kind of cloudy neutral lighting, that's what you need to do. Too many designers rely on the low lighting, and they try to go for the neutral lighting, and they make the sun too low or too late or early in the day, and it's too dark. So this lighting is perfection. I mean, it's just beautiful. And you can see it right here. So what a great job. But look at the trees. Look at the tree line. Okay, I talk about the tree line. You don't always have to kind of go in the diagonal. But look what he's doing. He's taking your eyes down towards the target. Just a little. Now the trees on the side are subtle. They're not perfectly level. But everything kind of focuses your vision down towards that goal, which is the green. Beautifully done. Oh. It's going to be a tricky little fairway. Well, the wind's going that. I don't want my ball quite going that way. We don't want it bouncing towards the water. So you want a little draw, but that bunker's there. That's perfect. It's going to leave me up on the flat. You want to be more on the left side of this hole, judging by this green. Look at the... Oh! Look at that. All right, so we've got a island green, sort of. Basically, it is an island. Truly an island. But we've got 8 miles an hour of wind in our face. That's going to take about... If I miss this at all, I'm toast. So, I've got to be a wimp on my own video and lay it up. Probably should have laid it up further back and take my advice from the last hole. Don't leave yourself a half wedge in. When I play real golf, my number is about 90. That's what I hit my my 56. I don't need I'm sorry, a 58. I don't carry a 60. A 58 is plenty for me, and so that's my sweet spot. 85 to 90 is what I'm trying to lay up to. And I got a 54. So I got my pitching wedge is about a 50. So I got a 50, 54, 58, and that covers me. I think too many amateur golfers go with the 60. Oh. And honestly, if your name is not Phil, I don't know that you need a 60. Some people love it. I shouldn't tell them what to do, but I think most people know how to use it right. Especially high handicappers. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful background. Just the tree lines are perfect. And you can see how he's treated the tree lines. Let me go back. Go over here. take a view over here. I think that's, I can't tell if that's pine straw. It could just be pine straw. But you could use the terrain painting or the pine straws and the mulch that they have available. I think it's a pine straw or mulch, the old-fashioned way. But treat your tree lines, because just sticking them in the green grass doesn't make any sense, because usually it's a little burnt out, especially of pines. You're not going to have green grass over there. The pines and the shade kill the grass, so pine needles. Make it look realistic. Again, oh gosh, this is another one, a bendy, twisty thing. Are you kidding? This is a par 4. Par 4, 448. E-boy. 20, that's uphill. So I'm not going to make it. Alright, so I'm going to cut the hell out of this thing. Out over the tree. The tree is intrusive, but you could get through it. And I'm not going to cut it enough. Oh, stay up. This is a challenging shot. Oh, man. This is a hard par 4. Boy. So that is not... Oh, actually, I got 93. 87, 93. We're just going to give it a little extra. Get there. Get there. Get there. By the skin of your teeth, the old saying goes. Whatever the hell that means. Alright, we don't need this. We're going to just run a pitch and wedge down there. Probably could use one of those spinners, but that was terrible. Terrible short game shot. Didn't think about it. For the par. Little chip in par. Watch this. There we go. Piece of cake for Cyberjack. What's with the replays? I thought I had turned my replays off. Got a lot of replays going. I guess not. Alright. Ooh, look at that green. Subtle. Tenth hole, low par 5. 647 yards. Nice. Well, we all bomb it in this game. Look at this. Around the corner. This is a very New England type hole. Lots of big dog legs around here. For me to do that in. And I block right has been my nemesis my entire golf career. See if I can get this out. I am in a whole lot of trouble there. Don't know if this is going to work. 3 iron, what the hell? That's not going. I am in big trouble. Alright, let me get, I gotta just punch it out here, I think. Just punch a 5 iron. Oh, and he hits the tree. This is some classic Gary golf. Literally. This reminds me, it's real golf season. I should get out there. So I'm laying 4. So I got to get up and down from a bogey from here. Oh, God. Let's see if I can run a 3-wood up there. What that's going to do. See if it'll run. Catch that hill. That's what I want to do. I didn't really want to hit the rough. But no way to get it there from there. Now let's put a little spinner in action here. Beautiful, almost punch bowl green. Very subtle. See, a punch bowl doesn't have to be big, huge, dramatic. It's a fit in the land that is slightly punch bowly. Really good. Really cool. That's what it looked like on the preview. Ah, not enough. So looking at another double. Oh my gosh. Get in. Oh, no. Double. Alright, we're getting it back to even before the end of this round. I swear. 11th hole. Beautiful par 3. Huge bunker in front. Backed by water. His courses are challenging. I think this is casual friendly enough with our settings that it will work. But look at that. So you can't, so there's this little bit of an obstructed green view. You can't see the green, it's just blocked by bunkers. I think that's pretty cool. There is a hole around here that is like that, with the kind of butterfly bunkers, I call them. Where is that hole? It's the 8th hole somewhere. I'll think of the name of the course. Get up there. Terrible putt. So this is not quite my best round of golf ever. This is just an amazing course. Get in. Oh dear. Another bogey. 5 over. Alright, we got to do something about this, boys. Look at that. Just well placed everything. Stands. Oh dear God. You've got that little river to navigate, and it's 454 yards. The way it's going, I am not going to make that carry. Just lay the 3-wood out there. Probably could have hit the stinger driver. But these are pretty firm conditions. That's a tough pin. The way things are going, we are not going to mess with it. It's going to bounce. Ooh, got a fairly favorable bounce. Let's see if the spinner works here. Do I have enough room? No, it's too far. Might flop this one just because of that slope. And I tend to push them to the right, which will work to my advantage on that, on this hole, with the slope going down to the green, to the water. All right, there's a little up and down, a little bit better. The rails were coming off there a little bit. Look at this! Wow, this is a pretty long course. That is for sure. Well placed bunker. That is going to be perfect. This is so well done. Such clean lines, just smooth shapes. And whoa, look at this green. You son of a gun. You don't see that too often, but again, I always say, well, it should be taking the natural slope in the land. You'd think that green would be sitting down a little bit more, but that's pretty cool. We're going here. Oh, perfect, and an overswing? Why does it... I pulled it. Interesting. This is a little tricky one. Oh, we whiffed. That's what I needed to do the first time. Would have been a nice little up and down. Oh dear. Looks like even par is fading from possibility. +6 on 14. I don't think it's going to happen, folks. Another just singular, one well-placed bunker. And then you got a little trouble over here. So you don't have to be fancy with your designs, everybody. You just have to be intelligent. His designs are brilliant. They're very well thought out. Now I'm going to be stuck behind the trees. And you got to go low. I can get at this one, but Oh, I put it right into the trees. What an amazing course this is. Look at these bunkers. That's got to be a flop. Yeah, I have a tendency to push those right all the time. "30 feet for par." In my best Jim Nance-like voice. 30 feet for par. That is not my podcast voice. I tend to use my regular voice on my podcast because I don't want to be too radio voicey. Wow, same thing, like singular bunker. Wow. Interesting how challenging you can make a course with just one fairway bunker, well placed every time. Oh, and I thought I hit that perfect. Pushed it just a little. Come on, slope. Take it away from there. Oh, dang it. I needed that. Look at... I'd say that's a well-guarded green by bunkers. Unbelievable. All right, here's a lesson here, though. On a par 5, make that third shot count, right? Make it strategic. Where are you going with it? I can run something up here. Then you're going to have a short little shot in. I could potentially hit a flop. You can go over here. Depending on where that pin is going to force your decision one way or the other. Do I just hang back and hit a full wedge in? I'm going to try to push it with that wind. Out of the rough and into the wind. I'm going to try to get it there and hit a little flop. Just make it up and down. Hopefully that will get close enough. No, it's not going to be close enough for the flop. That was the wrong call. The lob. That's not going to do much. Oh, I can spin one. It's 8 feet up. Will the spinner work? Why don't I give it extra? It's not bad. Not a bad play. Pushed it. And now you see why I stick to design rather than play on like TGC Tours, Kinetic or Elite or whatever, because I'll never make it. Never claimed to be a stellar player. Look at this. You got to wrap one around the tree. Another New England-like course, hole. Around these parts, you really do got to shape your shot a lot. This is tough. Let's see if I can do this. The wind's not helping here, though. Get through there. That knocked it down. Another tough shot. Beautiful green. Just beautiful. 256 in. Wind going that way. So I gotta draw this in. Oh, that's gonna be nice. That's right at it. I don't think I can hope for better on that. Alright. Putt for bird. I hit that a little too hard. Too firm. Just a little. And I pushed it. Alright. +7. Got a 3 and a 4. Pins tucked a little bit on this par 3, it looks like. Beautiful boards. Look at this gallery. Oh, are you kidding, dude? Look at that. Just amazing. Beautiful. That's a lot of work right there. Now, it's easy to lay the stands down, but you got to get them just right. And you got to make everything even. And the wall. even, and there's the wall. The waterwork is spectacular, just absolutely spectacular. That's pretty good. That's the best shot I've hit pretty much all round. Jamming home. There we go. Hey, birdie. Back to 6. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh gosh, look how good that is. Even from the other side, just wow. Beautiful work with the gallery. You got to thread the needle here. Going in. That's the. As we looked at the overhead when we started, this is 8. That was 18 indeed. That's going to be about as good as you can get. 320 into a crosswind. It's only be $156. Look at this spectacular final hole. Big gallery. Clubhouse like we saw in the beginning of the episode. Great stuff. This is a one-hole location. This is kind of tough location. With that wind cutting and that thing, I think it's gonna be just right. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit of spin and loft on it just in case. It says I pushed it, but it's going left. Could have been the slope of the fairway. This is chip-inable. Too strong. Way past the hole. Oh, no. All right, this is for par. On 18. Going Jim Nance. Not even close. A fitting way to end the round. A bogey. Absolutely beautiful course. The Belmont National ArchitexMaze. He is amazing. One of the best designers in the game. Absolutely spectacular course. Get out there, enjoy it. If you're a better golfer than I am, crank up the difficulty. And look for this on the Casuals Golf Club, week of April 20th. This might be the big weekender with these crowds. I don't know how I can't make this a big weekender. Spectacular course. Amazing job. We're going to be back at you with more Casuals preview. Is it Casuals worthy? And I'm working on a new course of my own. Maybe you'll see that pretty soon. And I still want to get to that bunker video because a lot of you have been asking for that. So keep your eye on the channel. Please like and subscribe. Tell everybody about it. Get in there at Casuals Golf Club. Say hi. See how we're doing out there. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.